Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's edition of the Just Us Review. We like to take our favorite shows. Do we care if it's in horror?
No.
Do we care if it's in sci-fi? No. Do we care if it's live action?
Not really. No.
We do not give a damn. Just two things. If we like it, we love it. If we hate it, God damn it, you gonna hear about it. And today, we gonna keep that ball rolling. I know y'all know we've been reviewing Black Lightning. You know, season 4 of Black Lightning has been kicking it down the field because apparently they see the finish line is in sight.
Black Lightning, aka the struggle bus.
We saw our hero; he was black. That's what we do. Black Lightning was black. So now we get into the latest episode, which is episode
6.
Episode 6. That's right. All right, let's get into this. We're gonna talk about the greats of this episode, and of course the things that let us down. But let's go ahead and put the cherry on top of this shit cake. What were some of the good and outstanding parts of this episode?
So I will say this: overall,
it was a good episode.
Yeah, it was a better episode than last week. We need to give credit to some individuals that have been holding it down and proving that they are making the show better, despite the fact that, you know, there
are things.
Yeah. I forget this new cop dude that's in town that took over Henderson's place.
Henderson 2.0.
Yeah. We need to give him. We need to, you know, acknowledge him.
I called it. I said there was something about him. I was like, I like that guy's gumption.
Like I said, I turned the corner on him too. Like I didn't like him at first, but yeah, he coming around.
And of course, Gamby.
Yep.
Gamby is a staple in the show.
Yeah, he's been he's been hitting the mark since day one.
Yeah,
he don't miss.
Yeah, at all.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Oh,
no. I have another good for this episode. Mm-hmm. The new Lightning is actually way better, in my opinion.
I warmed up to her because she does have mannerisms of the old Lightning without going extreme. Like when you compare her to the old Lightning was extra, but this one kind of tempered it.
So, and I will say, adding on to that is, I like her mannerisms. It's almost like she studied China's role and was like, I'm going to do that. She actually kind of sounds like her a little bit.
Yeah. A little bit, yeah.
But she did add her own to it because I'll be honest with you, specifically in the first half of this season when original Lightning was on the show, her mannerisms coupled with the things she was doing like really pissed me off, turned me off to that character. Yeah. Especially the way she would talk to people, specifically TC and her mom and Jefferson.
So everybody.
Yeah. This one is more approachable to me.
Yeah.
Any more goods?
I mean, like I said, overall, I like this episode. Even what Gamby has going on, that little side mission. I like his interactions with the lady. I don't know her name.
Head research lady.
Okay. The thing with the go board.
That was genius.
Yeah.
that was.
You hate to see her get played like that because I genuinely think Gamby wants a relationship with this woman, but at the same time, I gotta be me.
Bruce Wayne ain't gonna stop being that.
Exactly. Same old G-Man Gamby.
But when we saw that, do y'all think she noticed the camera?
I don't
know.
It would. You know what would I don't want to say redeem the season, but what would make the season more interesting is if she did pop up like, you didn't think I noticed that that you've been playing me.
Like,
I even
you
thought
just so happened to know the schematics of the gun. You giving me a board out of nowhere.
Exactly.
You think I can't see a 1 centimeter camera?
I even thought in the scene where they was in the when they were in the secret room, that she was gonna shut the door and be like,
"Who you playing with?"
But instead, no, it was like, "Who you playing with?"
Another good for this episode. Another good for this episode. I'm glad Anissa finally started acting like a grown up.
today.
Exactly.
It's always next week.
I will say she flip flops because 1 minute is like I'm on my grown woman, then the next minute, nah, bro, nigga, fam, it ain't like that.
like she was like, what's like what moment? It'll be.
She was good overall throughout the episode, not just with Grace, but with the new Jen as well.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes we like, hey Grace, you the most important thing in my life, and I love you because you're part of my family. And then another day, be like, you still here? The sun is on Grace.
Right after she be like, I'm going out for smoke.
When I come back, you better not be in this house no more.
But I gotta say, piggybacking off of that, I loved Anissa's interaction with Jen.
Yeah.
They were doing all the old movie references like Face Off and the TV show that they were watching. It was something else. I'm blanking on it right now.
It was a couple of things.
13 going on 30, Freaky Friday, like
all the body swap shows.
Yeah.
So they leaned into the fact that Jen, that they had this new actress come in, kind of like hey, hey audience.
I remember now. Anissa literally said, "You're the new Jen now."
And that was right before Campy was like, everybody shut up and accept it. This is happening. He looked right into the camera and said, this is happening.
This is Jennifer.
But one thing I do love is if you guys like one thing I did notice. Her chemistry with the cast is actually pretty well. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like I believe this is when I say she's better than the other Lightning. Her chemistry with her chemistry with TC and her chemistry with Anissa was, I believe, a lot stronger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I felt like she had always been here when she was sitting on the couch with
exactly
with Anissa. I was like, wow, that's pretty. This is what I've been missing. Actually, didn't realize I've been eating that. Mm-hmm. I mean, honestly, they stuck her in every scene that old Lightning was in.
Yeah,
and that was almost like
they did all the callbacks. We're erasing them.
Sitting on the rooftop like Brandy,
which is ironic considering she got the dress.
In the bedroom. That don't look like her bedroom, but sure, it's her bedroom now because everything is like super tiny to her now. Mm-hmm. She needs a bigger bed.
Any more goods?
Or she needs to go to college like she was supposed to, and then she wouldn't have to worry about the.
What are you talking about? She look like a GRA. I liked. Wow, that was it.
Okay.
Destiny is pretty, but that's it.
Dynasty. Her name was Dynasty.
I thought it was Destiny.
Okay.
I'm calling her Dynasty. Fuck that character.
Which leads us to our bad stuff.
Okay.
Well, I gotta get this off my chest.
Okay. You got to do it again. Look, before you get this off your chest.
No. Not even her. I'll get back to her later. So LaLa rolls up. 90s Boys in the Hood style on Dynasty and her friends, and then Dynasty sets the trap up for her for LaLa to get captured and get surrounded because she's by a group of people that she hired. The part that I have with this is you had to let 3 of your homegirls die before the trap was
Lady E fire her immediately. Like
it was 3 workers who thought you had their backs and you let them get slaughtered. By the way, off the sole fact that you didn't think LaLa was gonna pop a cap in your ass.
Exactly. Because he could have put you down first.
Exactly.
But I mean, like, so why didn't they shoot her?
Let's talk.
Because Tobias said it last episode. LaLa is predictable.
Yeah, he don't make good. LaLa don't make good choices. Because think about it. Not only did he not shoot homegirl, but then when the ghetto Snake Eyes came out,
we're gonna get.
he decides I'm gonna drop my gun against the obvious ninja and pick up a pipe because that's how it works in Streets of Rage 1 through 3. And I'm gonna win this fight. I lost? Who could have saw that coming?
He picked up the pipe because he looked like he was wanting to smoke. Like when I saw this scene, I was like, why? And then, oh my God, whoever did the choreography did not care because it was at one point.
Latavius.
Ismael, hits LaLa, and you can clearly see his stunt double try to hold on to the afro wig, and I'm like, what's going on here?
The budget for the season is non-existent.
So I came to a epiphany, as it were.
Okay.
There is a list. There's a top 5 list of the worst characters on the show right now. And Dynasty is number 4.
Mm-hmm.
LaLa is number 3.
Lady Eve is number 2 because she ain't on here.
Number 2 is you know what? They share the number 1 spot. I'm not even gonna do that.
Since let's stay on the LaLa shit, cause
yeah,
let's go ahead and talk about
Ghetto Snake Eyes. Okay.
Ismael is an actual DC character.
Of course he is.
And when you look him up, you'll be disappointed with how he was portrayed in Black Lightning. He's a more recent addition to DC. He was in the most recent Outsiders book. He is in the League of Assassins. He does not look like Ghetto Snake Eyes. He actually looks like a fucking Magic the Gathering character. He looked dope as shit. So when you see that this motherfucker put on a No Limit hoodie.
No. He went to Walmart, and as he was buying pay some printing paper and a 12-pack of Coca-Cola. He was like, I need an outfit. And he went to the men's section.
He was wearing sweatpants.
Because it's sweatpants weather. Apparently he's trying to show people his dick print.
Is that a sword or you just happen to see me?
You know what pissed me off about all of that? Mm-hmm. So then after LaLa got clapped and they hanging out at the bar or whatever, because I guess that's where Bafe is. And Lady Eve, Dynasty comes in and she's like, so I hear you trying to get into the League of Assassins. First of all, I'm like, shut up, Dynasty. You don't know anything about the DV. Shut the fuck up.
Can I pick you back off?
If anybody would know about the League of Assassins, it would be Lady Eve.
Exactly.
Hold on. Let me piggyback off that statement that you just made. Speaking of which, hold on. Black Lightning, what's his name? Jefferson, old name dropping ass. I thought it was in the same universe, Superman. Shut up. I don't care.
Exactly. Like, we want to acknowledge this shit now.
Where's Superman now?
and you know, Dynasty throws out that League of Assassins shit, and I'm like, so where is Nissa? Like, we're just not gonna.
But I have a theory. Because apparently to get into the League of Assassins, he has to kill 100 metas.
I'm sorry, wait. When did the League of Assassins... Yeah, that's Nissa's job.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be cutting them down. Thank you for reminding me.
Since when have the League of Assassins ever been putting down metas?
Exactly. That's why my theory is you're not getting into the League of Assassins. They sent you on a suicide mission.
And then he talking about he killed 94. I'm like, you're a goddamn liar. No, man, still exists.
That would explain why they have a meta shortage.
That would explain. But I think he killed 99 TPs. That's what he killed. He ain't ran up on no real one.
I know exactly what happened. He's running around killing these little children who been experimenting with green lights.
Exactly.
He like killing them on the playground and shit.
Exactly. Go pull that shit in Metropolis.
With your 2 swords.
Even shit, go to Central City with that.
Exactly.
See what happens.
You just gonna sit here telling me that you fought metas with power with 2 swords. Okay, whatever.
In a Snickers bar.
Exactly.
And for me, it's like you did too much for this one character in 15 minutes. Like, I don't believe you.
And the character
That's
design,
too much lore, too fast.
The character design doesn't even match the lore. Like they literally. Costume design literally went to Walmart and bought this motherfucker some Dickie pants and a No Limit hoodie.
And you had to give them the Timbs.
Exactly.
Speaking.
Before we get off of this, LaLa has now been encased in a wall of concrete. How are we feeling about this? Where's this going?
And this is the ultimate.
It's going nowhere. It's
Like,
going nowhere.
Yeah, like LaLa has been a character that went nowhere.
He can't beat Tobias. He can't beat Black Lightning. He can't beat Dynasty.
LaLa, if weed was legal tomorrow, LaLa would still be trying to sell it on the street. That's how backward his thinking is.
Like, and the thing is, like, y'all had the opportunity to do so much with that character, but y'all didn't.
Yeah.
Like, and that's one of my frustrations with this season is we kept reverting back to shit.
Now this is gonna bring up a bad that I have, because this is where LaLa should have been going. LaLa should have been redeeming his images and eventually becoming mayor.
Exactly.
But then when you see
somewhere near mayor.
But when you see Tobias say, "I'm running for mayor," I'm like,
which was so predictable because I said it. I literally said that last week. It was so fucking predictable.
And hasn't Tobias been a government official before?
He's tried to run in the past.
I thought he actually was. Like,
no, he tried to run in the past. In season 1, they explained that the reason he went into obscurity is because he tried to run in the past, and if I remember correctly, I think he got caught up in some shady shit, and that's why he lost.
Which fucking baffles me.
Wasn't he on a one poster? Wasn't he on a one?
Yeah,
which fucking baffles me. Why the public is it?
I'm so confused.
Finish your thought.
That is my thought, because I don't know what to say to that. Like, this man is a known criminal.
Exactly. How is this known criminal just running for mayor again?
And that's what irks me, because I'm so confused. Now, to be fair, and this is something I've thought pretty weird. In 4 seasons, we have never seen the public's perception of Tobias Wells. We always hear their perception about Metas and Black Lightning.
And the 100.
And the 100 and the fucking Markovians. But I have never heard a person on the street say, "Man, fuck Tobias Wells."
Wait, but don't the public know that he was running the 100?
And that's I'm confused about too, because I'm like,
Black Lightning do it.
There's no way and that's why I'm so weirded out about his announcement for mayor, because does he think he can win? What does the public think about him?
Well,
we don't know, because they've never told us.
That's not my biggest issue is this. You have a sitting chief of police who, if she had a minimum of brains, would research Tobias Wells and realize that he's been around for a long fucking time.
Spoiler alert.
I think the cop is dirty.
You think? Spoiler alert, she was my number 1, shared with Lynn on that list of worst characters.
Yeah, because if the detective already can say that, yeah, the police knows that this bullet has been magnetized, has been messed with by Meta. It's not even out of the shell, but Latavius is public enemy.
It goes worse than that. First of all, it's like she don't own a mirror and know that she's black. That's one.
Well, she's Latina.
Okay, it's like she doesn't own a mirror and know that she's a minority. I'm saying this because she's literally allowing no-knock warrants.
And that was fucking fast.
So wait.
That was a whole bunch of stupid on her part in like 10 minutes of screen time.
But wait a minute. You're signing in no-knock warrants to bust into houses, and you don't even know who's meta or not. But my thing is, we've only seen 3 metas.
Exactly.
So how are you dictating whose house to run in?
Apparently they got a list. I don't know.
And you would think they wouldn't be doing this, considering season 3, what happened in season 3.
Internment camps.
It's like everybody in this show has short memories.
And I'm so confused, because on the one hand, I'm like, there's no way a city would do that.
Would just let that happen.
Would just let that happen, especially after the whole Markovian thing. But on the other hand, I'm like, but maybe so, because this is America.
No, but this is part that gets me. The police force literally joined with the community to help them get rid of the Markovians.
Exactly.
They joined as a unit. And you tell me as soon as they cleared the Markovian out, back to brutality.
Exactly.
All right, y'all, we didn't want them beating y'all. We want to keep beating y'all.
Yeah.
And they knew not to put her on screen, because they knew she was a fucking idiot. Like the bullet shit, the no-knock warrant, it's exactly what you said last week. We just don't make it up.
Yeah, it's police. Wait, this is police 101. You tell me ballistics. Ballistics. We don't take ballistics no more, and you couldn't show the angle. Gambit should not be the only person who can recreate a bullet shot.
But all that tells me is because dude didn't have to didn't have to like convince somebody to do these ballistics. This shit was already done. He just went to go get it. All that tells me is she has seen this shit and she chose to ignore it.
Yeah. That kind of brings me to our no Doc Warrant situation. So I know that this is in your bads. I didn't put it in my bads per se. The shooting that took place, that was what was about to take place in the house. So how did you feel about that scene?
I thought it was heavy-handed and a bit unnecessary.
What's up?
Because the second they mentioned no knock warrant, I immediately knew where they were going, and I was like, they're not gonna do this. And then for them to invoke it just to rewind it and say this one that happened in Black Lightning was there, I was like,
what? Okay, so I'm on the fence a little bit, leaning more towards the side of on the positive side of it, because this is what Black Lightning show does. They pull stuff from real life and bring it into the show.
And I'll even back you up on that. Not just that, but when you have a black hero that's city level or street level, so to say, like, this is stuff that not only that I expect to see, but like I would kind of be disappointed if they didn't address. If you remember, the biggest tenets of Luke Cage was Trayvon Martin and wearing the hoodie and the hoodie and being shot,
being bulletproof
and all of that.
This episode cemented that Black Lightning was back.
Well, but the thing that gets
several times.
But it's like it's not addressed anywhere else within the show. It's like, okay, I can see that you make a reference to it, but have that carry on throughout the show as a message.
In other words, we should have thought that should have been, honestly, the rest of the season, that whole situation
exactly
play out like that, because honestly, it's better than what we get now.
Because
I feel like it would have been another distraction.
I would have rather had them introduce her as a character, and then we know she's just a side character in the show, and then the no knock warrant go off, and then so that we can actually feel it. Because then it was like, okay, this random occurrence happened over in this side, and then it's just a split second that happened like that. I'd rather that they go a little more detailed.
I definitely get you, but at the same time, this show ain't got that many episodes.
It's ironic considering Black Lightning stopped a no knock warrant when he was dealing out.
I was just about to say that.
You bring up lack of episodes, so we're on episode. Quick thing before you get to what you about to say. Quick minor bad. When new Jen JJ. When JJ comes back, and Lynn is like, better not go up in the ionosphere, you're addicted, and I know addiction. JJ looks at her with this look like, I'm gonna be on my bullshit in like 2 episodes. She giving her this smile like, I'm going to the ionosphere.
Back on my bullshit.
I'm counting down. But to what I was saying, this is episode 6.
Yeah.
So episode 7 is the filler when Anissa and Grace go on vacation in New Orleans, and we got to do. I was gonna call him Peacekeeper because all of this shit runs together. Painkillers spinoff.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that's the next episode.
It's so funny because since Black Lightning has come back, me and Christian been watching it on TV. So like usually when other shows go off, like the All American, when it go off, they show a preview of the next episode. But when Black Lightning go off, they don't show no preview. It's just the news, and it's like back next week, motherfucker. But for this episode, they was like April 12th. They show Painkiller. He ain't had no shirt on. He looked like he was in a Marvel movie.
Off topic. I don't watch All American, but I like watching the last 5 minutes of that last episode, and that's a fucked up cliffhanger to leave us. But like I was saying, so after that filler, then there's 3 episodes left, and we have not dealt with Tobias. We keep fucking arguing. You know what character I'm talking about. Take it away.
Before I go to her, I gotta talk about this. TC was also in my bads. because okay, JJ hits the scene and nobody goes, hey, let's get her an identity and shit now. Let's get her covered now.
Gamby
So
did that.
TC did that.
No, he did that after the fact.
Wait, why is TC in the bad for that?
And then and then
He's
also,
the only one that tried to do that.
and then I'm mad that they waited so long because I was like, okay, Tobias gonna search and find an entry in the database because they already thought about this. But then
He only found that because
Homegirl popped in at a random time.
By the way, I really hate to do this because it is a thing, but like, don't frown. you look so ugly when you had these turned up faces and shit, like you smelled a fart walking in. Like, Dr. Polaris was not in this episode. You have no reason to be pissed off.
but my other issue with TC was that he was like, you need to rebel and not listen to your mama do it. This ain't the Jen. I know, yeah, because the Jen, fucked herself up.
Exactly. Went into the ionosphere, and then when she saw...
No, God, she died.
She died.
She died.
The Jen, didn't listen to you, didn't listen to reason, didn't listen to her parents, and ended up fucking herself
and was
up.
Disrespectful to
And
you as
not,
well.
and now because you got some fetish where you want to be dominated, you like, where's the Jen who made me feel like shit? Well, go pay somebody.
Don't be surprised when she start disrespecting you again.
Exactly. Like, Jen, I liked you before. He got a thing for Jen.
I didn't know you knew I like to talk.
Make a good time reference. And last but definitely not least, I'm gonna need Lynn to bring her ass up in front of the congregation.
Jefferson too.
No.
I'm
No.
sorry.
Jen, Lynn, she gaslit the fuck out of me.
Hold on. You know, for the past few weeks, I've been on the fuck Lynn train. I can't all the way be on there this week.
Wait a second. So she chooses now, this moment.
I get that, but Jefferson was so cavalier, like, yeah, just shoot some dope up and let's do this.
Okay. Mind you, this is the same woman who was saying, I'm going to go have a chat with Tobias.
Hold on. And that's where I was gonna get with you. I was 70% with Lynn until she said, so all you care about is going after Tobias. And I'm like, in the first episode, when y'all was like, let's go ride on Tobias, he was the first one that said, leave that man alone.
And she was like, kill that mother.
Then after your meeting, you was like, okay, let's work together to get Tobias. And now, when you are actually useful. Propane tank.
I don't want to shoot up, Daddy.
I want
to be fair, but he would be fair. So I'm gonna defend him in that moment because I feel like in the episode before when they talked about this, they came to an agreement that they were going to use their resources to take down Tobias.
Yeah, yes, but also too, every time they argue, Jeff is like, you a fucking junkie. All you want to do is shoot up dope and sell
that's
y'all.
all she want to do.
I have one question. When did she stop?
When did she stop?
When did she stop juicing?
When she put down the vials.
Maybe like
she stopped
2 episodes ago.
She stopped juicing when TC called everybody and was like, Jen dead. Jen went in the ionosphere, she's dead.
And that's my thing. Y'all want to put like specifics and logic into it, but if we husband and wife, like...
I'm sorry, you can't 2 days ago...
Thank you,
You can't be consistent for a year.
And here's the thing.
You can't consistently do this for a year, and then 2 days ago you cold turkey. And you don't tell nobody.
So,
like, okay,
but
let's
it's not about that. It's about the fact that of all the people, he was the most critical of her drug addiction, and now all of a sudden it's cool when we want to do something
But she been pushing back this whole time.
So here's my thing. You're not wrong, but
you're not wrong at all.
But here's where I gotta be like, and I was hardcore white knight and Lynn in season 3. So it's okay for Jefferson to compromise what he believes in, which is no killing, but it's not okay for her to go back and shoot up to snort one line if it means getting stopping Tobias.
So mind you, okay, wait a minute. I gotta tag me in. They said they all in on this.
They picking on me.
They said they all in.
Okay.
That means Jefferson gonna do what he have to do. Mm-hmm. That means Lynn gotta do what she gotta do. Mm-hmm. Wait. What is she doing?
But right now,
John, what is she doing?
She is the scientist.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
What is she sciencing?
The metagene.
Okay. What is she doing?
What?
Y'all like she walk around with the needle in her. And that's my thing.
The show tells me otherwise.
Here's my thing
and
about
I think
that,
that's
though.
what we need to acknowledge as well.
Here's my thing about that, though. Until the point comes up again where Jeff has to be confronted with his belief, which is killing or no killing, like, we can't really say for sure that he ain't about it or not.
Well, first of all, he had to get back on the Black Lightning train.
Yeah, like
so he's doing it like a 12-step program. We got to get him in the suit first.
Exactly.
We just need her to shoot up, but
and I also need to throw this out here too.
That, by the way.
She got really pissed off at him when they found out he was the one that not going homeboy. That fucked up Jim before on the street.
And also another thing too, they don't even know what powers she's gonna get when she
that
does
was the point of her snorting that line.
Okay, but here's the thing. Don't y'all think it's weird that we never saw this chick's powers?
Well, here's the thing.
She has ALS.
Here's the thing. She never cared to begin with.
But she knew what those powers were.
No, some people she was just taking.
No, she was not. Every power she took.
She had a catalog.
Okay.
Exactly. We don't know what this chick can do.
Is she? I don't care at this point. Here's my deal.
And they literally only doing it to solve the mayor's murder.
Wait. Here's my thing. This is why I say that. Lynn has been a speed bump this entire episode.
Yeah, entire season. I agree with you on that. But in this instance, you are asking your wife to risk her life because here's the thing. There's only one real reason I can think of that they would not. And yes, and I'm not talking about the actual shooting up the drugs. We don't know what her power is.
Cool, but
so we don't know.
So we asking Lynn to risk her life.
Mm-hmm.
She's asking Jefferson to risk his life to come back Black Lightning. She asking the kids to risk their life to be out on the streets.
And
come
last
on.
I checked, she went out into them streets too with some pseudo powers.
But that's different. You kind of know the avenue of what you're getting into.
So here's the thing. You can't really make that comparison because the comparison you need to be focused on is their moralities. Just like Lynn was asking Jefferson to adjust his morality and kill Tobias. Jefferson is asking Lynn to adjust her recent moralities and snort this line.
Because think about it. Before she knew what these powers could do, any one of those powers could have killed her.
But the whole point of cataloging those powers, because you got to remember the first few powers she was taking was from metas that they were studying those metas. She trained those metas.
Granted, but she also took lightning powers and got in a fucking bathtub.
But she look, we joke.
Check.
We joke about that because that was dumb, but she is a scientist and she knew how to use those powers to a degree where she wouldn't fuck herself up.
There was a laptop above her.
Okay, but once again, that goes back to what I'm saying.
John, she also was drinking alcohol.
Okay, but still,
How did
she knows her alcoholic limits.
John, I'll put it to you like this. It's almost like.
Why are you fighting this, John?
No.
I'm not fighting this.
So here's the thing.
Let me ask y'all a question. Would any of y'all shoot that up not knowing what powers you would
If I was
get?
Lynn, yes.
I don't believe you.
If I was Lynn and I'm already juicing, why not take one for the road?
You don't know what it's gonna do to you.
She didn't know what those other vampires was gonna do to her.
Yes, she did.
She knew what the abilities were, but how did she know? Okay, if I take this one, her body is built.
So I'm gonna tell you how she knew, and we got to go back to the bathtub again. She was practicing with those powers,
And that's the thing. They don't even know. All they know is it might be Magneto powers. We've never. There is a reason that they have not shown this girl to use her powers. There is a reason, and I guarantee you, it's some bullshit. If it was
the powers probably gave her ALS.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I will say this much.
So
It's either a useless power or it'll hurt her.
So here's the thing: you're like I said, you are not wrong on that. But once again, there is a hypocrisy there because. You know, back in episode 1 of this season, she was like, let's go, we need to go kill Tobias. And Jefferson was like, no. And then she was like, you a bitch ass nigga.
And here's the thing. If they had went out later that evening and they clapped Tobias, then yeah, I would be upset that Lynn don't want to shoot one for the team. But they didn't. This motherfucker is still walking around.
To be fair, we didn't discover Polaris' power until like a couple episodes ago.
Yes, but the
thing is, Polaris is in a position where you are supposed to. He's in a position where he's most likely to use his power.
And that's my thing. That's why I said there is writing wise, there is a reason they have not shown this chick's power.
We hope.
Yeah, because if she get powers and it turns out she was the Phoenix, I'm gonna be mad because it's like, well, fuck. What was this for?
The hitter on the team.
Because exactly, you was the secret hitter.
Oh no, you got a motherfucker in Fruit of the Loops jumping around with 2 swords. And as you can see, this episode was a little divisive. It will be on hiatus for the next until April 12th. Thank God, to give us some breathing room. But you know what? There was some great parts about the show, like Anissa doing her clothes change scene, and some other bad parts about Lynn breathing.
We didn't even. What about the chief of police? I really hope she gets shot in the head. I'm lying about that shit. I'm so sorry to have to put that out there, but she pissed me off, and she didn't even show up in the episode. Like that is some low tier bullshit. We didn't even talk about the lightweight colorism that they brought up in the episode with New Gen.
As you can see, a lot of divisive issues. Thank you guys for joining us for this episode, and we'll keep going until the season end or our souls give out. Like and subscribe, but until next time, this New Gen is better.
But I respect the actress though. But like your character, like I hope LaLa clap you.